Hi everybody, this is TJ with another StarCraft 2 beta replay commentary. I am going to be showcasing today a special match. This is going to be a show match, a best of 7 series between two of my good real life buddies, Shinn, who spawns here as the blue Protoss in the 3 o'clock position on Lost Temple, and my other good buddy Pmak, who's spawning as the purple Terran down at the 6 o'clock position. Now this is, as I mentioned before, a best of 7 show match, so we're looking to go first to 4, and up for grabs is a retail copy of StarCraft 2 once it gets released. So whoever wins this will be getting a free copy of StarCraft 2. So a little bit more of an incentive to actually, bring the skill, bring all they can bring, be all they can be. Alright, so I put this together, this little match here, just to try to get something exciting happening before the beta closes, and I think the beta is actually ending in a couple of days if I'm not mistaken. Then we go for about an 8-day layoff between having the beta and waiting for the release, so hopefully we can get some good games out of these two here, as they are playing for something, and this does mean something. Alright, so we have the purple Terran Pmak here, who is going to be walling off his choke, and it looks like Shinn here has already been able to scout him out. And likewise with the Terran as well, we have the gateway, but it's not at the wall off. It's just going to be in the base, and so Shinn is deciding to leave that base open. Perhaps he has something special planned, who knows. But anyway, the early gas is going to go down. Well, it's at 13 gas, and the gas for the Terran is not down as of yet. But let's see, the Terran is getting some scouting down here, and you will see that their gas has gone down, so let's see how he responds. He is going to complete the wall off there with the supply depot, and I believe that's his preference for pretty much all the games that he's going to be playing. And we do have, let's see here, in the production tab, the orbital command going down quite fast, and of course a marine has to be summoned out here to be able to deal with this pesky little probe, because this guy here is just going to be walking around the base as much as he can, unless that marine, yep, the marine pretty much will shorten his lifespan to nil. Okay, let's see what else was happening here. We have the cybernetic score has gone down, and it looks like Shinn is just going to continue to macro out some probes, chrono boosting the probes. And in terms of army and income, relatively even. Pmak is a little behind in terms of SCVs by about 4-5 SCVs or so, but we should see him being able to catch up as soon as that mule is out. Yep, so there it is. So the mule is out, and as you can see, the economy pretty much gets balanced out. So that's a good thing. A proxy pylon being put over here on the left side of the base for Shinn. Maybe he will decide to do some sort of Stargate, or perhaps just use this little area here to warp units down. At this point, Shinn is playing in the dark. He doesn't know what kind of tech that Pmak will be going, and it looks like Pmak is going to go with another barracks, so maybe he's going to play more heavily infantry-based ground army. And as you can see, warp kit technology is being researched. Its chrono boost has not been used on that, so dual gaso for the Protoss. Maybe with, there you go, now with that stalker out, that Pmak SCV is going to be chased out of the base, but will it survive? No, that's a pretty long range for the stalkers there. I like their range. Alright, range is 6 for the stalkers. That is pretty good. So the Robo Bay coming out here for Shinn. Looks like a 1 gate into Robo. Let's see what he decides to make out of that bay. Maybe he's doing it for the early observer. Who really knows? Let's see here what we got. In the Protoss base was that. In the Terran base we do have, oh, looks like a reactor and a tech lab are going down. So we're going to look to be pumping out some Marines and Marauders. An early command center here, just so Pmak is probably looking to expand here into his natural. Let's see how the Protoss will deal with that. Second gateway going down for these two. Now these two have played each other multiple times before, and each time it has been an interesting battle, but a lot of times it has been decided with one macroed up army versus another and for a final battle. So we do not see a lot of harassment tactics. We aren't seeing a lot of ways that these guys can sabotage each other's economies, and they're both pretty much letting each other build up. Shinn has opted not to expand as of yet, because he is probably going to go for a 2-gate push, or let's see what he decides to do here. The Twilight Council is almost finished, so he may be going into some sort of observers with blink stalkers, because it is a lot of space here to blink up onto the Terran base. And fortunately for him, it doesn't look like Pmak has anything on his perimeter to try to detect that. No sentry tower down, not a missile turret. In fact, there's not even an engineering bay that's available at the moment. So the command center will be finished. It'll probably build the orbital command before lifting off into the expansion. And the map control here is gained by Shinn. He is able to control pretty much both these watchtowers, so he will be able to see if these marauders will push out. And in fact, if he was to push out with his Marine Marauder army right now, he may be able to do some significant damage, Pmak, to Shinn, as Shinn's forces are limited to about 4 zealots. Let's see what he's got here. He's pretty much got 4 zealots and a stalker with an immortal that's just popped out. So maybe the immortal would change the tide of battle there, but let's just take a look what's going on there. So Blink has not been researched because he is going for charge lots. So we're looking at 2 gate, searching up the charge lots. And look at that, folks. He is building, Shinn here is building on the left side of the map a pylon. So are we going to see, what are we going to see here actually? Are we going to possibly see a Stargate with Void Rays to attack in this part of the base while he presses from the other part? A pincer attack of sorts. So let's just take a look. Oh, so I was mistaken. It looks like Pmak is not going to be taking his natural. Instead, he will opt to fly to the bottom right hand corner here, which is protected until Shinn scouts it out and busts out a Warp Prism or possibly a pylon there. Now let's see what here. Let's see. So Shinn is just building a little bit more of a ground army. He's focusing on immortals. So the immortals are coming out, and as well as that Stargate that I mentioned earlier. The Stargate here is in production. So unfortunately for Pmak, he's just not doing a good job of scouting the map out. Shinn is in his base with an observer, so he is able to see everything that Shinn is making, or that Pmak is making, and Pmak is just now getting a tech lab for his factory. So a little bit behind on the macro side of things is Pmak. In terms of harvesters and in terms of income, it's relatively even for the two, but the army size does definitely favor blue here,